James Castle, a lot just happened.
Yeah, sure did.
You are on the basement floor. It is underground. There are escalators that lead up, but also there is a door that leads to the lower level of the parking garage directly ahead of you as well. You heard broken glass as the gangrel ran out, suggesting that it probably crashed through the glass windows. But that leads you to where you are going. The ghoul went up the escalator. What will you do?
I will. Okay, so the ghoul. Where is it? Is that the same direction that everyone else ran with the Lilith?
No, they went
And the
through
Silvery?
the door that you are near to the lower level of the parking garage.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna head out that way.
Okay.
Hoping that maybe somebody's still there. That they
All
didn't
right.
just ditch me at the mall like a forgotten child.
You make your way out the front, and once you pass through that door, you can hear screaming outside on the uncovered parking lot over by the upper level of the Sears, or what used to be the Sears. You hear a car peel out from the parking garage.
Mm-hmm.
It is not difficult to conclude that that is probably the Anarchs leaving.
Fuck. Okay. So that was my ride. The car that I came in to leave, right? Is leaving?
Nope.
I would
That
assume.
is,
Oh.
you can assume that, but you would be wrong.
Okay, so it was the Anarchs. Okay, so
The Anarchs
right,
arrived in their own vehicle. They took that.
right. Okay, cool. So I hear them taking off. Awesome. I will try to make my way. I'll make my way downtown. I'll make my way to the other parking lot. I don't know where I am
Yeah.
in like relation to everything, but
You are
I'm gonna
on
go.
you could go through the mall,
Yeah.
amongst all the mortals out and everything, or you could just like basically walk around the building to get to where the Lilith parked.
I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna take the long path around.
Okay.
Nice midnight stroll.
As soon as you leave the that level and head up, you can hear this piercing, horrible sound of alarms going off.
Awesome.
The hole in the window shattered. Steel is like hanging from the different parts that was nailed from where the gangrel burst through the glass window. There are people in the parking lot running toward a situation, their phones out, recording something, pointing. You can hear chatter saying a variety of things like, it's like, I think he went this way. It's like, keep an eye on him. He's running over to the road. He's running over to the road. There's also a woman on the ground. Looks like she was probably shoved by this gangrel. Looks like the wind was knocked out of her. People are picking her up. One of them, you can hear the conversation. Just goes, was that a dog or a man?
I am. How many people are there, by the way?
You could estimate just by guessing, you could estimate probably around 30, 40-ish people. But
Okay, cool.
if you want to do like a more accurate head count, you could roll for
No,
it. But
no, that's okay. I didn't know if it was just like just a couple of people or like it's
yeah.
actually a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna steer like clear. Like I'm like giving that whole situation a wide berth to
Mm-hmm.
try to get to the car and just not be anywhere near any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of head down,
Casually walking
head
by.
down, casually walking, minding my own business, maybe pretending to be on a phone call, like
Sure.
you know.
Let's have you do let's have you make a roll for composure and subterfuge.
Okay, okay. 5 successes and then a bestial success.
Okay. What's your hunger at right now?
2.
Okay. You are very easily getting past them. Nobody seems to notice at all that you're there. Just everybody's very transfixed on what has happened, seeing if this woman that was knocked down is okay, kind of assessing the damage, what went on. But the chaos, it has your blood pumping. Your beast tells you, this would be the perfect time to grab a bite. And your hunger goes up by 1.
God damn it. Okay. Okay. Did my hunger ever go down at all? Because wasn't I? No. Okay, never mind. I was like, wasn't I drinking from that ghoul? But I was not.
You were
I
not.
was-
Zeta was drinking from you, though. That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Uh-huh.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, feeling a bit hungry. In this whole situation, how far away is the car? Is it still a ways away? Like,
Yeah, you're still making your way around there. There's definitely the chaos and pandemonium you're passing by, but as you're walking through closer towards the car, you can now see the red and blue flashing lights of police cars about to show up.
okay. Well, yeah. That's that changes what I might have done. I was thinking about grabbing a bite to eat, but seeing the cop cars coming, I bite my tongue and head towards the car.
Okay. You manage to get past, nobody bothers you. Everyone just seems to wonder, what was all that commotion going on? Why are the sirens going off? You play inconspicuous very well. You get to the vehicle. You know that it's your vehicle because it still has that little anarch mark on the side of it. Now you come to a new dilemma. Do you have the keys?
I assume I don't.
You are correct.
But
You do not.
I was gonna try to hotwire.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, James has a bit of a sordid past, so I feel like something he could have picked up.
Sure. First things first, getting into the car. How do you want to get into the car? It is locked. The windows are up.
So I try to think about how to break into the car, how I might pick the lock, and then I go, well, I might as well just use, play to my strengths, literally, and try to just force the door open.
Okay. Forcing the door open. Just want to yank, essentially?
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
All right. Just strength athletics. In case you wanted to ask, it is not a social roll.
Okay. Well, what if I talk to the door first? What if what if I'm really nice to the door? Let's see, athletics. We gotta get a couple. Okay. Not the. This is not my strong suit. So.
A Bruja could get that door open.
Yeah. Bruja could do everything apparently.
What can I say?
Okay. But that being said, that is 3 successes.
All right. Yeah, you just pull that door open. The lock from the door falls out onto the ground. There is a look of ripped steel, and the glass shatters upon your pull. And you know that if you slam the door a bit too hard, the glass will just... The remaining glass that's there will just particle into pieces.
Yeah. Damn it. I was hoping I could just pull it without breaking the glass. Fuck. I pick up the broken lock and throw it in the behind the seat, I guess.
Okay.
And gently, very gently try to like close the door and like pulling it, essentially almost like just locking myself in by just doing the opposite of what I just did. And
Okay. Just slamming it real hard.
not slamming it, but like pulling it.
Okay.
Pulling it very, very like using my strength to pull it, but not like one big like slam.
Gotcha. As you shut the door, it connects. It opens up again with no locking mechanism to keep it in place.
Yeah, can I essentially like pull it so far in that it just like permanently locks it, or it's just like the door is then mangled the wrong way and can't be opened at that point? Like, can I just forcefully pull it in?
Sure. Make another strength and actually no, dexterity and athletics.
Oh, okay. Well, that's helpful. That's 2 successes.
It'll do. It remains locked in place, but as long as you don't collide with anything, you should be okay.
Don't phrase it like that. Now I'm worried that I'm going to collide with something. All right. Well, great. So now I'm in the car. I'm going to like, take off the cover for the key switch and then try to hotwire it.
All right. You can do intelligence and technology if you want, or you could do wits and streetwise. But if you do wits and streetwise, there will be an unforeseen consequence.
An unforeseen consequence.
Yeah, I was checking to see if I have to disclose it. I do not.
Okay. And then what was the other one?
Intelligence and technology.
Damn it. Fuck. Okay. I am going to take the safe route here. I am avoiding the unseen consequence this time.
Okay.
This is not a...
Oh, wait a minute. How many dice are you rolling?
Why?
How many... So you're rolling 3 hunger dice?
Yes.
And how many of the normal dice are you rolling?
2 normal dice.
Mmm.
What does that mean?
Very good. Go ahead and tell me your results.
Why? What does that mean? I got 2 successes and then a bestial failure.
Cool.
Yeah. It's so cool. I love it so much.
So, as you are working on getting this car running, you hear a voice next to you. It is a young adult guy. He's wearing a sweater, black jeans. He's got some kind of frizzy hair. He's wearing a necklace, and he goes, "Hey, dude, are you all right?"
Yeah, I'm everything's fine. What do you no problems here. What seems to be the issue? I don't roll down the window, obviously.
You suddenly feel your hand open the car door.
God damn it.
And rip it off its hinge.
Uh-huh.
You look at this young man. He looks terrified. Terrified of you. The beast goes, "I'm hungry." And you black out.
Fuck. Cool.
You wake up.
Oh, that's good.
And where you are now is in an interesting place. It is in San Francisco. The Embarcadero. A car that was not the one you were attempting to use is crashed into the side of a building. You are on the hood of that car, and underneath you is a bloody, ripped apart man. If you didn't have that visual of the person who asked if everything was going okay from before, you wouldn't know that that is the mangled corpse that is underneath you. You are not hungry. You have 0 hunger.
Oh.
Your beast isn't talking to you right now. You feel that you are covered in blood.
Fuck.
A memory comes back to you in a brief moment, holding your knife to this young man to his throat as he drove you, promising not to hurt him, and you responding in an angered voice that nothing will happen as long as he takes you to the city. That's the only memory that can come back to you at this moment. The last feeling that you get before your beast goes completely silent is an arrogant smile. You feel a message was left with you. One that said, "I told you, one day we're doing things my way." And now, you're in full control. Your phone vibrates.
So just so I get the picture of where I am.
Yeah.
So am I I'm outside of the car?
On the hood of the car, on
So
top
I'm
of it.
in a way that I was crashed into, or I'm just sitting on the hood of the car?
You basically regained consciousness while you were knee down on this
Okay.
dead person, basically.
Are we crashed into something?
Yep.
What are we crashed into? Just
The
a
side of a
building?
building. Yep.
Okay. Like okay, great. Um the phone buzzes. I don't even check it.
Mm-hmm.
I am just I'm in fight or flight mode, and right now I'm like, I have to get out of here. I have to go.
Okay.
Um so I look around. Is anybody currently here looking at me like
Right now the streets are barren, but
Mhm.
you can hear in the distance. Sounds like a car crash or something.
Yeah, I'm going.
Uh-huh.
Away from wherever the direction of those voices were, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going the opposite way, and then I'm gonna try to find like just honestly like an alley or something
Yeah.
to duck. I don't want to be on the street. I want to get away from the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm booking it. I'm just
Yeah.
running as fast as my little legs can carry me.
Let's go stamina athletics.
Okay.
And again, you have no hunger.
Yeah, that's the first time for everything.
Yeah.
So that's great. Thank you, Beastie. All right, stamina athletics. Not the greatest. Not the greatest, but here we are. I am fast though, So I got a success.
Okay. Yeah, you're out of there. You find yourself in a dark alley. You see people go over to check out the crashed car, and they freak out once they see the body. They look terrified, and then one pulls out a phone, and it's just like, I'm gonna call the fucking cops, dude. Fuck, dude. I didn't need to fucking see this tonight. And another one is like, should you call the cops? What the fuck? What if they think that we did it? And that discussion is happening.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm not stick. I don't want to stick around anywhere near. I'm gonna make my way away down the alleys, and try to looking myself over. Am I literally like covered in blood?
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Okay. I am going to do my best to to if I have to like take my shirt off to like wipe myself down, like, and then get rid of it, fine, like whatever I can to not look like I'm covered in blood.
Okay.
Whatever I can do, as much as I can.
All right, so you are in this dark alley, doing all this, taking your clothes off,
getting naked in a dark alley.
Yeah.
Just my shirt, right? Like, just I guess that's why vampires wear black, huh?
As you are doing this, you hear a voice.
Not that.
What happened?
Is it a voice I know?
No.
Well, things just don't seem to be going right tonight.
Is that your response? Sorry?
Yeah, that is my response.
Relax, kid. I'm Kindred. What happened?
Are they invisible, or can I look towards the voice and do I
You
see them?
cannot see them, no. If you look toward the voice, you don't see anything.
I'd prefer to know who I'm talking to.
Fair. Figure reveals themselves. Under a dark hood, you see a Nosferatu. This one's familiar to you.
Oh.
But it is not the one from the Anarchs. You saw them when your sire first took you to see the prince. They were in the court. The royal court.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything to you at the time, but they saw you.
Well, I don't know where to begin with tonight, but, first things first, I'm covered in blood, and there's a car crash victim around the corner that seems to be getting some attention.
Haven't you been busy tonight? Stay there. Give me a moment.
Sure.
You hear footsteps walk away after he turns invisible. After about a minute passes, he appears again, throws you an oversized hoodie and some baggy jeans. Says, "You had to talk to the prince. It's better to wear this than nothing."
Yeah. I guess when you're coming with bad news, it doesn't really matter what you wear, does it? But I appreciate it.
The Nosferatu smiles, takes a few steps forward, and says, "You know, one of the things that we hold on to as part of the Camarilla is always going to be the Masquerade. Something like a car crash. That happens. Losing control to the beast. That happens. We've all been there. What the prince is going to want to know is there anything that will lead them to suspect you? Think about that answer when you go to see him.
I appreciate it.
My name is Daedalus. I am the primogen of the Nosferatu. I'm one of the more active primogens.
Well, Daedalus, I wish we were meeting on better circumstances.
Come on, let's go. And he turns invisible, and you can hear the footsteps lead out from the alley and start walking toward the Civic Center.
I follow that way.
Mm-hmm. You arrive, and the ghouls at the front stop you and go, "Hey, you're not allowed to come in here, all right?" And then the voice says, "He's with me," and they get real scared and they go, "Oh, whoever you are, you can go in." Not seeming to recognize you with your attire.
Sure. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Hey, I hope the prince is in a good mood. I hope so. You know?
Yeah, you and me both. Cass is also gonna glance, taking a second as he's heading inside, pull out his phone and look at it to see what the buzzing was about.
It is from an unknown number, and it just says, "What happened?"
Got it.
You are taken in to go and visit the prince. As usual, he is in his seat. He watches you come in. You can't miss the frustrated look on his face.
Yeah.
The figure reveals himself once you are fully inside. And as you take further steps in, you see that there are 2 other Kindred in here, besides just your Nosferatu acquaintance. There is also what looks like a middle-aged woman, Mexican woman, wearing all black, with a cane. She is standing on one side of the prince. On the other side, there is a woman wearing a red robe. She honestly kind of looks like a wizard. She has her hands crossed in front of her. She has pale white skin, long blonde hair that is hanging off the side of her head. When you get all the way in, the prince looks at you expectantly, wanting a bow.
Cass walks in, albeit a bit more timidly than usual, but still doing his best to remain composed. Stands up straight and then gives a very courteous bow.
James Castle, the prince begins. Obviously, the Salubri is not with you. I want you to tell me exactly what happened when you arrived at Sun Valley Mall.
Certainly. When we arrived, we were arrived with the Lilith. When we arrived, we were approached by an anarch by the name of Alice.
The moment you say Alice, the Nosferatu pulls out a notepad and a pen and starts writing down something.
We Lilith and Alice seem to know each other. She asked if she could come along, and Lilith agreed. So we entered the mall to try and find this Salubri, and when we tracked their location, we were met with hostile resistance immediately. There were 2 anarchs already inside. Skirmish ensued between Uh, with the Lilith and myself against some anarch named Zeta, I believe, and some ghoul armed to hunt vampires. Things were drawn to a conclusion, or at least a moment where we could talk. I was able to meet the Salubri and express your interest in speaking with them. It appeared that they had already had a conversation with the Anarchs, and had been offered safety, and I did what I could to request their presence and offer them the resources of the Camarilla, and they seemed to consider it, but we were interrupted before anything could be decided. I'm just taking a second to look at everybody that I'm speaking to and just kind of see what faces look like, if there's any changes in their faces or...
The Nosferatu's face is mangled and warped and fucked up. It looks like a very bad surgery, kind of botched job on their face. Other than that, no expression can be detected. They're just writing down stuff as you talk. The woman with the cane, the middle-aged woman, she seems frustrated. The woman in the robes, she seems bored. The prince seems angry.
Okay, cool. The Salubri was being hunted by the Sabbat.
When you say Sabbat, you hear the writing immediately stop, and the previously bored woman immediately snaps to it huh? And is interested in what you are saying.
Apparently there was a gangrel Sabbat on the tail of the Salubri. The Lilith, in an effort to head them off, went to speak with them or deal with the threat. I don't know. But she returned and asked to be staked by Zeta.
Asked to be staked.
As much as I could gather, it was some sort of double agent ploy. I'm not sure. I don't know. All that I know is within moments of that, we were attacked by this gangrel Sabbat. In order to protect the Salubri, I worked alongside the ghoul to hold off the Sabbat while they took Raoul and the Lilith to safety. The Sabbat was wounded, but not killed, and escaped our grasp. Again, looking at the faces, taking a moment. Does the prince look more pissed or less pissed?
The woman with the cane whispers something to the prince. He leans over and listens. He nods, and his face just becomes serious. The writing has resumed.
Presumably, they were able to take the Salubri to safety, but the escaping Sabat caused a bit of commotion amongst the Kine. I made my way to leave and return here to report to you. We stopped by a Kine on my way to escape, and the beast took over.
How many bodies are there?
Just the one.
Where is the body?
There was a car crash, and then I don't remember the name of that area, but I would explain where that was.
Yeah, the Embarcadero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was a car crash in the Embarcadero.
How did they die? Did the crash kill them? Or did you mutilate them?
I mutilated them.
The prince looks very disappointed in you. The prince stands up and walks over to you. Gets pretty close and looks down at where you are. He's just standing on a step above you. I'm going to take you on a small walk. And in that instance, you feel someone appear behind you. The moment that you feel that, you see the others approach you. They all walk up with the prince and stand on either side of you, getting in close. They all have serious looks on their faces.
After you, sir.
In an instance, everything goes completely black, but not in a unconscious sort of blackout way, not like when the beast took over, not like going to sleep. It's just dark. It's just black. That's all. You feel an emptiness, almost like you're not standing on anything at all, like you're floating. Until suddenly, you feel wind hit you. And on all the sides of your ears, you can feel the wind going past you. Your clothes ruffle. And you can see again. You're in a different place now. You're on the roof of one of San Francisco's skyscrapers. And you are in a corner of that. If you look behind you, you can see the city 100 stories down. And if you look in front of you, you can see all those people in the court about 10 feet away. Before you have a chance to really take everything in and respond, the prince says, "In the Camarilla, the thing of the highest priorities of all the traditions, of all the things that we hold close and hold dear, respect and continue with our undead existence is the Masquerade. What helps us to hide, live amongst the mortals, so close to all those who are unaware of our existence. Did you know that there was an inquisition before? A group of vampire hunters that sought out the Kindred, hunted them down, destroyed them, killed them. Final death. We were on the brink of an extinction in the dark ages of humanity. Do you know what it was that saved us from this inquisition? They all look expectantly at you to know the answer.
The Masquerade.
Indeed. The Masquerade. There was a council. The Council of Thorns. When that happened, the Camarilla was formed. The ones who didn't agree became the Sabbat. I understand that you cannot control what someone in the Sabbat does when they run out into the street and potentially threaten everything that we have here. I don't necessarily blame you for the beast controlling everything you did, what you ate, who you devoured. There is something that I do want you to know. And with that, they all take a couple steps closer to you. The woman with the cane says, "What do you think will happen if you fall?"
I think that I will see the skyline one last time.
When you land, there'd be a bloody mess of a thing that you were. But what would remain is still you. You could survive, but you would be in torpor. We'd take what's left of you, and we'd decide what to do with you after that. The one in the robe says, "We could put you back together. Sew on the limbs that possibly came off. Maybe organize you into a new thing. See what happens then." The prince raises his arms as though to make them stop talking. There is, as long as there is a masquerade, nothing to fear from the mortals, from the Sabbat, from the kindred who would do you harm. As long as you are with the Camarilla, nothing will happen to you. You won't even die if you hit the ground down there. What I want to impress upon you is this. There is no Anarch. There is no Sabbat who can stop you from being who you are, which is a proud member of the Camarilla. The only thing that can destroy you in this world is us. Do you understand that?
I do understand.
The Nosferatu says, "Apologize to your prince."
Cass will give the deepest bow imaginable. And please give me the opportunity to try and make this right by allowing me to hunt the Sabbat that would threaten the Masquerade.
That will be taken care of without you. If you want to make things right, tomorrow, you will go to the Vampire Club. You will talk with your minister. He'll have something for you to do. Do that, and I will call you when I want you.
It shall be done. Thank you.
With that, they walk into the shadows together, away from you, leaving you on top of this building. They go into the shadows, and the moment they cross over, they seem to be gone.
Cass is going to just turn and take in the skyline for a little while. And think about what could have been his last look at the lights.
We shall begin with Alice. You awake, and the first thing that you can feel is that the Lilith's presence is actually noticeable by you. You sense it.
Well.
That being said, you can feel that the Lilith is probably going to sleep this entire night through, recovering from their wound that they had suffered.
Understandably. It's not every day you go to vampire coma.
Yes.
She gets up and she goes to knock on the guest bedroom door that Zeta is residing in.
All right. Zeta, there is a knock on your door just as you are awakening from the day sleep.
I will yell, "Come in," while still laying in bed.
She opens the door and is, good morning. You know what I just realized?
Yes.
There's no, I don't know if you've ever had, like, sleepless nights or whatever. Obviously now we don't sleep any nights, but I've not struggled with sleep during the day. Now that I'm Kindred. I forgot about that.
Now that you mention it, I've been sleeping super good since I've been turned. And
Right?
that wasn't the case before.
I wonder what's up with that. Maybe I'll find out one day.
James comes down the hallway, and he does a small bow to you, Alice, and says,
She nods respectfully.
"Mistress, and our esteemed guest, there is
Yes, James.
a letter for you."
A letter? How fancy. She's extending her hand expectantly.
He provides the letter to you. It is in an envelope that has your full name written on it in stunning gold calligraphy.
Very good, very good. Someone has some taste. She snaps it open in a swift movement.
Inside, there is a piece of parchment that is, when folded out, a very beautifully written invitation to the Vampire Club in San Francisco. It is signed by a certain Toreador that you know, one who in life once went by the name of Oscar Wilde, but now in undeath goes by the name of Sebastian Melmoth. It is signed by that name.
Ah.
It is a very cordial invitation, and it requests your presence as well as that of Zeta. It says that this will be neutral ground, as it has always been historically, even though the club itself is in Camarilla territory. It simply says that he wishes to give the both of you information, and also requests for the good feels of your company.
Always with the flattering words. Based on the knowledge of, like, you know, the politics and etiquette and whatnot, do you think this is going to be a fancy event? It certainly is a fancy invitation.
Most likely it would be something you would see at basically like a goth nightclub kind of location. However, that has never stopped Sebastian Melmoth for overdressing for the occasion, as Toreadors do.
Zeta, have you been to a party yet?
Was it the birthday of Countess Markov?
Oh yes, the Bruja party. Well, this is gonna be a little bit different, but you're invited. Woo! She does a little jazz hands. By name.
Okay.
Are you a fan of literature, mayhaps? Do you read?
Not really.
Understand. I think if I was born on this age, I would also not read much. There's so many options.
So,
Do you have any
What
black
is-
clothing?
yeah, I do.
Are you mayhaps, like, out of character? Are you perhaps wearing black clothing right now, or?
I would probably be wearing, like, black jeans, a bit roughed up,
Mhm.
and a sweater.
Mhm.
That's like a darker color, but not black.
Alice takes a look at you and is like, well, would you like to fit in to the place we're going to, or stand out a little bit? Your choice, obviously.
What kind of party is it?
Storyteller, this is a nightclub, right?
Yes.
And this is the one that we've had in previous episodes, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I remember correctly. Well, it is a goth nightclub, if you will. There's gonna be a bunch of young, hip people who are gonna be dressed up in black, and also, like, striking ways. The person who invited us is very flamboyant, if you will. Very out there with their... They will overdress to anything. Toreador. So, you know, that paints you a picture.
I don't really know any Toreador.
I mean, you've met James Castle.
Yes.
That, but more... how would I say this? Less of this age, if you will.
Okay.
At this moment, Zeta, your beast whispers to you, "Oh yeah, that Toreador. I'd love to have some more of his blood. Maybe he'll be there too. If it's a Toreador party, I'm sure they all know each other."
I don't think it would be as easy this time, though.
But yes, totally your call. If you want to, you know. I can be your big sister, if you will. She does a little, like, wiggle. Excited wiggle. If we could put on some makeup, we could dress you up, all edgy. And she does a little jazz hands again.
I'm up
Very
for the dress up,
expressively.
but not the makeup.
Understood. And she like practically float prances into this like closet room on the side. Well, I'm sure that there's something on your size. Follow me.
I follow Alice.
Well, is there a look that you would like to go for? Because this Malkavian probably has it.
I would like to keep my jeans, but have a fancier top.
Okay.
Well,
Anything
Alice
come to mind
walks.
for you?
Yeah. Alice walks across the closet. She's like, "Well, there's shiny materials. There's more like a netting material. There's all of them are like shades of black. Obviously, I have my favorite. But there's oversized. There's more fitted. There's off the shoulder. There's high neck. I have multiple different kinds of choices. There's some embroidery, but keeping it tasteful. We can even mix and match. We can, have a little layered thing going on, a little bit of asymmetric moments.
Shoulder free sounds good.
Good choice. And she pulls out a few pieces,
This is sounding
letting
good.
letting Zeta decide. Holds them up. There's like maybe 3 different options. One of them is more shiny in material. One of them is more matte, and one of them is more like a type of mesh almost.
Then I will take the matte
like-
one.
Oh.
Yeah. The matte is the type almost like satin, but like no, not satin. The what is it? Like the heavy type of material where the light just doesn't quite reflect from the material.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, this is exciting. Dressed up for the vampire club. What are you gonna wear, Alice?
She's gonna choose instead of her normal sweater, she's choosing a more like a sweater that's like one of those see-through big hoops, almost look like a chain mail, but not really, but it's made of sweater.
Of course.
That's still oversized, kind of throws that on instead of the normal one.
Okay.
And she applies a little bit heavier eyeliner than normal.
You gotta.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Yeah.
goth club.
Yeah. And she puts on black metallic rings on her fingers.
All right.
Oh, James.
Yes, mistress.
We would need a designated driver for a party.
I am, of course, able to provide those services to you, ma'am.
Excellent. I would never expect nothing less from the best butler in town.
You do me
Probably
a
in
great
the whole
honor.
country.
You flatter me, ma'am.
Just a little bit. Well then, let's go.
No
And
question.
she does a little
Alice.
wiggle.
Where is the party?
Oh, right. So it's this club that's considered neutral ground, if you will. So we might even be in a very interesting situations. We might honestly even come across, other people that we know from the past or have met. It's in. Was it downtown?
It is. It is in the Fillmore district.
And Alice does keep the invitation in case they get stopped and questioned.
Mm-hmm.
And also, because this is a neutral area, is also the route to the neutral area like a considered free? Like you can kind of go there.
Traditionally, it has been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the nice perk about having a neutral area is that, now that we have an invitation, we can simply, if we get stopped and questioned, we can be like, oh, no, we're going here. So we get to go to places we normally don't. With the territories and all.
Okay. Sounds like it's gonna be an interesting evening.
Right? That's what I'm saying. A little bit of spice.
You are heading over the Bay Bridge into San Francisco. Deep
Okay.
Camarilla territory.
When that gets clear to me, I would like to text Mandy where we are heading.
Okay.
Just that she knows.
Noted. Mandy responds, saying, just be safe.
I'll text back. Will be.
We'll now head back to Cass. The day sleep has ended. You are still alive.
That's a surprise. Well, guess I better get dressed for the club.
What will you be wearing?
I will be wearing, of course, I got to wear something a little bit fancy. Toreador, after all.
Of course.
I am gonna wear an emerald green velvet suit with a black and white polka dot shirt underneath.
Oh, all right.
We're gonna. It's corporate goth, but
You're dripping,
but with a little bit of flair.
Mm-hmm.
Just the Toreador flair.
Of course.
We love a corporate goth.
Yeah, so we get the dark green, the emerald color. Looks black in some lights and then looks green in others. With the shimmer of the velvet. And I thought, velvet was a very old world, style.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed fitting for the occasion.
All right. Sounding good. Let's do my favorite role, which I love calling for this role. It's so good. It's just so good. But it is between also Alice and James. Zeta, you will not be participating because right now you are at the mercy of Alice's driver. Charisma and etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette. Is this a social role?
It is.
I was waiting for that.
I just gotta check.
Did you also roll, Alice?
Oh, me too?
Yes, please.
Sorry. Charisma and etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yes, it is.
Just a second.
It's a social role, by the way.
Yeah, right. Okay. Nice. 4 successes.
Let's go.
Damn. But also, I think I got on the blood dice, oh, that's a success, I think. Because
Okay.
it has the little mark. Okay.
Alice and Zeta, you arrive. There is a line at the door. The door is not even opened yet. You see that the people are getting ready. They're excited. This nice car pulls up, and they're talking amongst themselves when you pull up, like trying to figure out who's in that car, what's happening here.
Alice puts on shades
Yes,
as
of
the car
course.
arrives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry, go on.
So, as you pull up, you arrive, and that is when the bouncer will first get out, and it looks like they're getting ready to accept to see if anybody has paid, if they have tickets or anything like that. That is when you notice that you're actually a couple minutes early before the place is even opened yet.
Car
Car
Alice
pulls to a
patiently
stop.
waits for James to open the door for her.
Mm-hmm. When he stops, he gets out of the car. He walks over, of course, to you and opens the door for you.
Mm-hmm. She gets up, nonchalantly, and stands to the side a little bit, waiting Zeta to come out as well.
I open my own door and get next to Alice.
James looks like he was on his way to go to your door and looks a little disappointed in himself for not being able to attend to your needs as well.
Poor James.
Do I see that he looks disappointed? Oh.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Go on.
Like, very quietly tell James, it's alright. I take care of myself.
James goes to you, Alice, and says, "Do you wish me to wait for you in the nearby parking garage for your beck and call? Or shall I go home and attend to our other guest?"
Well. And she switches to Finnish for this conversation.
All right.
All the security. I'm not gonna actually talk Finnish because none of y'all could actually understand. But I could.
You should do both.
Okay. Well, this is what it's gonna sound like. No, kaikki turvajärjestelmät ovat kunnossa. Ja puhelimen kaikki informaatio on ok, joten jos odotat minua lähiparkkipaikalla, se olisi tarpeeksi. Se olisi ehkä paras. So she said, well, all the security systems are okay and attached to the phone apps, so she still knows what's going on in the house, and that she doesn't know how long she's actually going to be here, like how long this is going to take. So it might be best that for now, he could also like keep an eye on the, security of the house, but he could wait nearby parking garage.
All right. He nods, indicates that he understood, and gets in the car and drives.
She stands up a little bit, straightens her outfit, whips out with one smooth movement the letter that she has, the invitation, and walks to the bouncer.
All right. The bouncer looks confused as to why this woman is walking to her right now. As you can see, there is already a line and such that you are ignoring. And also, at this time, Cass, that is when you will arrive and see two familiar anarchs at this place. As you are exactly on time, they must have gotten here a little bit early. So you can see this scene as it plays out. The bouncer grabs the invitation from you as you give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Oh. Yeah." And he unlocks the door and opens it for you to let you in before anyone else.
Nice.
Hell yeah! Does this mean we are VIPs?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Alice nods and does the slow blink of like, thank you very much, and like goes on ahead, walks in.
All right, so Cass, you saw that happen,
Mhm.
and you approach.
I do. And I assume I don't have a letter, right? Like I was just told by the prince, hey.
You do not, but you have been here before.
Yeah. Yeah, I will also skip the entire line and walk up to the front. And
We're the worst.
yeah.
We're all the
Vampires, baby. Here to see Sebastian.
He looks at you and he nods and just goes, and he unlocks the door again. So, to be clear, the door just shut behind you, Alice and Zeta, and now you hear it unlocking again. And this time, a familiar Toreador comes in.
Alice gives him a very like a haha type of smile. Like, well, naturally.
I just look confused at Cass.
How are you? Fancy seeing you around.
Well, it was a long night, but I take it you made it home safely?
Yes.
Good.
I would like both Zeta and Cass to make a wits and awareness roll.
I've got 2 successes.
2 successes.
James, you are aware of Zeta and feel an interesting tug. And Zeta, something about Cass has changed. You feel somewhat drawn toward him, not in a attractive kind of way, but in a weird way of just like wanting this feeling of not being too far away from where he is. It's faint, but it's there, and you're aware of it.
I'm just gonna narrow my eyes a little bit and look at Zeta.
Same.
I'm like, "Huh."
Your beast, Cass, tells you, that's the one. Them. They drink your blood. That's the one. They probably want more of your blood. They can probably smell it in you right now.
Well, Cass just staring at Zeta, like, very uncomfortably. He kind of like adjusts the collar on his shirt, the black and white polka dot collar, just kind of, fixing it, but tugging it up just a little bit as well. I didn't think I would be seeing you two again so soon.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're destined, aren't we?
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh, Alex looks to the side. Beastie.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were talking about that thing? I mean, it's not been too long yet, but
I can't forget that. No.
yeah. Anything on that?
Tonight there will be.
Ooh, exciting. Okay. Thanks, Beastie.
Of course.
Anyway, shall we? And she gestures towards more inside after having this one-sided conversation.
Indeed, almost as if on cue. From the top of the stairs, you can see Sebastian Melmoth. And looks down and says, "Well, it is good to see always a Toreador arriving on time. I'm not surprised to see a Malkavian arriving early, but I am surprised to see a Gangrel not arriving late. However, I suppose the Gangrel probably arrived with you, Alice, so probably was just along for the ride. Anyways, come on up. I have drink if you need it. Pull up a seat. There's plenty of room. VIP lounge. You'll love it." And he
Very perceptive of you.
He just
she
kinda
says,
walks
and like
goes over to the VIP booth himself.
Mm-hmm.
After you, the gesture for Alice and James to walk in front of me.
Alice unhesitantly walks in.
Hesitantly, Cass walks in front of Zeta. Just kind of staring as he walks past.
Like the hairs on his neck are standing up a little bit.
And in fact, Cass says, "Don't get any ideas back there while you're at it."
Alice kind of just snickers as she walks. Hears that and walks.
I'll think about it. And I just grin.
So, at the top, there's a lovely VIP booth with a variety of very comfortable looking seats. The lights lower, the club starts, the door opens for real this time, leading in Minnie, an excited goth patron, here to dance, hang out, and spend time against the lively, dark synth and witch house, dark rave music that begins to play. But in the VIP booth, while the music is loud, it is not overpowering for a conversation, and one may occur. So, as you sit down, Sebastian rubs his hands together after a clap and says, "Ugh. Disappointed the prince last night, did you, James?"
Word makes its way fast, doesn't it?
All I heard was that a certain salubri didn't come home with you. I discerned the rest of it. And also, seeing as there was some sort of, shall we say, non-affiliated gangrel running around that night, I assume that there was probably a bit of, I'm going to definitely do bad things to you if you continue to break the masquerade. And I don't say it in that tone as a sort of way to be, don't believe those threats, because those are real threats, but I say it as someone who also was younger than the prince at some point, who's heard my fair share of those threats.
So you've seen the view from the rooftops?
Oh, is that where he took you? Took me to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge.
scenic.
It would be almost pretty, you know, if it weren't for what it was.
Yes, well, that was back before he had that, how do I put this lightly? That La Sombra bitch that he carries around all the time. But that is enough of my quipping about incorporating ex-Sabbat members into the Camarilla. We have guests. James, why don't you tell me what you think of these two anarchs sitting here at our friendly meeting?
Well, I've spent the most time with Alice, even if it's been only moments more, and she's interesting. I like that about her.
All Malkavians are very interesting. And as you are talking, he delicately goes to reach for Alice's hand and says, "May I?"
He gently, offers her hand
He takes
in
it.
the way of yeah.
Mm-hmm. He takes it and he kisses your hand softly.
Mhm.
Says, "You are, as always, a radiant breath of fresh air, as much as any kindred who cannot breathe can stand it."
She gives the most courteous smile and does a very slow blink and nod. But turns back to Cass, expectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Zeta. They have a hell of a bite.
A bite. I'm sure there's a story there.
It was a rough night.
I see.
You were taking my friend.
Now. Let's not get into hostility here. Zeta, you are the youngest one here, which is saying something because James Castle is here as well. I know that you probably have a preconception of the Camarilla. I will not try to dissuade you from any sort of beliefs that you may already hold. I don't believe in proselytizing the Camarilla to anyone who doesn't want to be under the thumb of a prince.
Yeah, this bring someone on rooftops and petting them? That doesn't sound great.
I can speak for James when I say that it isn't. The Camarilla is maintained by a system of control. And that control is held by an amount of needing to ensure that the younger ones know that there is a discipline to being in our little club. You see, I empathize with the Anarchs a lot because freedom sounds great. But we can only be so free as long as we live in a world of flamethrowers, hand grenades, and tanks. And that is why I go with the side that can protect me. But, as I said, I'm not wishing to proselytize the Camarilla to anyone. I want to simply welcome you here. My name is Sebastian Melmoth, Zeta. And this is the Vampire Club. You may come to this place as you see fit. I know that you are probably not wanting to, because I heard that someone is maybe, possibly, related to a certain kindred that is banned from our little gatherings, our little area.
Is Ant here?
Mandy hasn't been here in a long time. I miss Mandy. One day I shall have to see Mandy again.
Oh, nonetheless, thank you for inviting me together with Alice.
Of course.
It is nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you too. Now, I want to admit that while it is just lovely to spend time with such endearing kindred such as yourselves, I actually wanted to give all of you a gift. All of you. That means every single person sitting here.
Alice
Gift.
raises an eyebrow, like,
However, I believe that gifts should be shared. So, while it may be difficult to share things across faction lines, I'm sure that you will all find a way. So, this gift requires consent. So, you may ask as many questions as you wish about this gift. I want to maintain a certain level of surprise, so I won't give everything away, but ask what you will before agreeing to have consent to my gift.
Ah, yes. Let the games begin. So quick to jump into it, huh?
I thought that you might appreciate that as a Malkavian.
I'm always up for a friendly game.
Well, would you like to go first then?
Does this include irreversibility?
You want to know if the gift can be returned?
No, I want to ask if the effects of the gift can be reversed.
It isn't that kind of a gift.
Is it an object?
It is not.
Is it a person?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Are you being sly? Is it you?
I would not dare to boost my ego to such a degree as to call myself a gift when I am the one that have invited you all here to begin with.
Well, certainly we are in your presence. Care to give it another guess, Alice?
Yeah, no, I mean, I asked if it's him, so someone
Well-
else's turn.
True. Oh, technically, yeah. Kind of a person. That was it a
What
gangrel then?
falls under the category of kinda a person?
Is it a gangrel?
It is not.
Is it a Toreador?
He smiles, says, it is not.
But it is him. Correct?
Perhaps you misunderstood, Alice. I am not the gift.
No, I understand. But it is kin, right? Kindred. You said kind of a person, so
Part
That's
of
what
the
we are,
gift-
aren't we?
Part of the gift is kindred.
Interesting.
That is not all of it.
Is it information?
That is it indeed. Information.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Information on what or who?
That will be up to you.
Hmm.
And up to the...
Yeah, Cass is visibly perplexed.
Mm-hmm.
Alice looks aside. Hey, Steve.
that his gears have been visibly turning the whole time.
Alice turns to the side. Beastie, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Too obvious. That doesn't seem like the way that things go this night. Maybe something like that, though. Probably. Information, I think we will get about the thing.
Yeah. Beastie, do you have any ideas? Anything you would like to know? First, you go on and on about the trends and the cars and stuff, and now you're like, I don't know. Fine, have it your way. If it's information, is it an exchange? You say it's a gift, but could it be called an exchange?
Not for you.
Interesting. Oh, I know my next one as well. But you guys go first. Your turn.
So, information that we could find a way to share.
Are we all getting the same?
More than likely, yes.
Does the information giver want to give us this information? Oh, sorry, Cass. Darn it, you were so slow.
Well, just thinking.
To answer your question, absolutely not.
Oh.
Is it from
They
someone
don't want to share.
Is it from someone we've all met?
I doubt it. Suddenly, Sebastian, his eyes fix on the door leading into the club. An individual walks in. They have an interesting look to them. They they look tattered. Some sort of lost and found. Their clothes don't seem to match very well. Shoes dirty. Pants ragged, covered in stains. Shirt patchy, cut up a little bit. Dirty look all the same. Sebastian looks and then says, "This is your last chance. Do you consent to this gift?"
Alice looks at the others.
Sure, why not?
I take it.
Alice nods.
Ah,
I'll not turn down a gift, however, I'll use it my own way, of course.
sounds good. Arriving now up the stairs is a man that now you can see closer. He has brown skin, a bit of a messy fro, and cut eyebrows. Looks over and goes, "The fuck? I didn't agree for other kindred to be here." And then Sebastian says, "I don't care. Have a seat, Armani."
Does this name ring bells to Alex?
Make an intelligence politics check.
5 successes, but also a bestial crit.
Okay.
No, a blood crit.
Okay. Yes, you know the name. Armani is a messenger, similar to the way that Lilith is, but on a far grander scale. Armani is of the clan Ravnos and sends messages and letters between Camarilla and Anarchs across the entire United States. And they take a lot of different forms. Whatever they feel is necessary to hide their identity. This is probably one of them. So, as Armani sits down, Sebastian says
Alice
to
would like to
Olive-
say, as he comes in, well, we don't bite. Take a seat. Join us. We're playing games.
Zeta does.
Wow.
Cass says, like under his breath a little
Yeah.
bit.
Armani sits down and says, I have nothing to say to any of these kindred. Sebastian is, you do. Everyone, he says, now turning to all of you. Armani owes me a major boon.
Wow.
I could not think of any better way than to have him just be questioned by a bunch of kindred who he doesn't know. and have to give all the information that he can give that in his brain is not classified as top secret. Obviously, we can't be having everything given away, but a lot. And to make the gift even sweeter, enjoy. I am going to have a drink. And Sebastian stands up and leaves, leaving all of you with him. As Sebastian passes by, Armani just holds up the middle finger to him as he walks past.
Well,
Isn't it
And that-
adorable to see the brotherly love between you guys?
Fuck you. If you have
Did you
something to
mean
say,
that?
go ahead and ask me.
did you mean that? Or you're being rude? I'm just kidding. But so wait, so who are you exactly? Like, I get Armani, but why would you know anything that anybody else wouldn't?
I'm a messenger. I am a messenger, an ambassador, and a diplomat between the Camarilla and the Anarchs across the entire greater United States, the continental United States, and also some of Canada. I know every prince. I know every baron. Every single one of them.
That is a lot of information. Should we go in order again?
I mean, I started last time, so not me it.
Zeta? Anything that you'd like to know? Any burning questions? There has to be, right? Sure, Mandy hasn't told you everything. You think there's anything she's hiding from you?
If I want to know something from Mandy, I can just ask her.
That is a lot of faith that I have never had. But I applaud that.
Oh, baby fangs. things can work a little differently in the Anarch territories. Yeah, I can't say I've never been dangled on a building.
Well,
Me neither.
I do recall a convenient car crash and murder of some witnesses by your beloved Mandy recently, so it's not all sunshine and roses over there. Well,
I just want to point out that this whole time
Moonlight.
Armani looks like restless as far as tapping his foot, twiddling his hands on the chair. I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah.
Moonlight and orchids, whatever. Anyways, Zeta, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I would like to ask Amani if he knows who the person was that was in the backyard of the Countess during the party. The shadow person. And of course give as much detail description as I can.
I don't know who it was exactly, but I know that it was Camarilla from here. I know that it was someone that the prince sent to go find out who you were. They wanted you to come with them in hopes that you could at least be told about what the Camarillas really like. They basically wanted to proselytize to you the Camarilla way of life. It was one of two
dangling people off the building kind of life.
It was one of two people. It was either a Nosferatu named Daedalus, or it was a Lasombra. I do not know which Lasombra.
Thank you, Amani.
Yeah, whatever.
Alice does a little smirk. Well, Cass, it's your turn now, because it's the reverse order now.
That's true. I guess it is my turn. How many questions do we get? I mean, this isn't my question, by the way. Just this is an infinite number of questions.
I was told until Sebastian gets back.
Okay, hopefully he takes his time. Oh, this is quite the opportunity. Okay. Well, I'm sure Alice has some idea of what
Yes,
I
hurry
might
up.
ask.
Come on now. You know what you want to ask. Just go.
Do you know where Liliana Morgan is?
Yes,
Which is
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Oh, I've got a boatload of questions. You're going to need to jump in, Alice, or I am going to just grill this guy.
Well, I'd like to say that I respect your line of work a great deal, Armani. So I could give you two options. You can either tell me, I love games. You can either tell me the one thing that you would hate to tell me the most, or you could simply owe me a little boon.
Fucking
whenever I do have a
Malkavians.
question.
Fuck.
Wow. I didn't even know that was an option. What a good question.
I mean, it's your choice, really.
God, that is cold-hearted, even for a kindred. Like, that is, I mean...
Oh,
like,
come on now. I'm giving him a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. A choice between a rooftop or the Camarilla.
Oh, rooftop is way too flashy. I think I would like to go on the sea or the lake, if I had to choose. Like a body of water. I think that would be serenic. Eternal death on an eternal body of water. Up high is just why? It's just.
Well, the way I see it is we've we've all gone once, and the rest is just borrowed time at this point. So every bit's a little bit extra.
What was the first thing you wanted? I'm not giving you a fucking boon.
Well,
Good choice.
I would love to hear what you would want to tell me the least. Yeah, but also, like, what would you do with the information? You know, like you have what you know, what you want to know. You know.
I
Trying
know,
to
but
figure
that's
out
just
what I
so
can tell
good.
you.
Mm-hmm.
The prince, this prince, is sending out communication to the other Camarilla provinces across the United States. He believes that he is empowered to be able to find someone, probably an elder, a real elder, partly for two reasons. One, because he wants the power that that elder could bestow upon him. And two,
Naturally.
he doesn't want the Sabbat to know where they are. How about that?
Thank you, Armani. I have no further questions.
None? No further at all?
Your beast talks to you, Alice, and
Mhm.
says, I have a question.
What is it, Beastie?
I would like to ask him what his favorite taste is.
Okay, I mean, unless Armani, just like a fan question, if you will. You don't answer if you will, if you want to. What's your favorite taste?
He looks confused, and then he just goes, late night joggers.
Okay, you got two questions. I don't know how that's fair.
I mean, listen. I told them they don't have to answer. Anyway, someone else now. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Armani.
Well, Zeta, I guess it's back to you. This is already proving to be very interesting.
You can go ahead, Kaz, and ask your question. I'm still thinking.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, do you know why Liliana is in LA? Why she left?
Yep,
You want to tell me?
I can tell you part of it. The other part of it's top secret. She left because she was made an offer by an anarch. An anarch who lived in LA. The offer concerned her livelihood, as it were. She was afraid of what might happen to her if she didn't jump at the opportunity immediately.
Alice gently elbows Cass upon hearing this. Oh, look at that. Your sire and the anarchs. I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, huh?
You're so funny.
Ah, thank you. I don't get that a lot.
I'm not surprised.
She has a little bit of a gently shit shit-eating grin, like a little, just like a, not like outrageously so, but just a little bit.
Well, Zeta, you're telling me that Mandy, you have no questions about Mandy, and everything you believe that everything she does is 100% on the up and up. Everything that you've seen of Kindred society so far, which I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen everything. I just saw the rooftops for the first time. You're telling me that you believe that you have 100% faith in everything that she tells you, and there are no questions about whatever she may be doing.
Well, Zeta, if I may, whatever he said, cool. Anyway, but you could also ask, how could you improve on your sire's situation? You could also ask guidance. You could also ask, this here, and she gestures towards Armani, is a gentleman of a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of etiquette, a lot of politics.
There's a question that you haven't thought to ask yet, Alice.
Oh, Alice gave up her questions when she had something to ask still. Interesting. For a boon, I could certainly ask it for you.
Me? No. What is it then, Armani? She has that polite smile to her.
Why doesn't your sire spend time with you anymore?
Do we have drinks? Were we given any kind of drinks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Cass is going to drink from his cup and just look over at Alice. Ooh.
Oh, would you like to ask them?
Literal sippy. Who
Would
me?
you like to ask them, Army? I can give you their contact.
Oh, you. Sounds like you might know.
I know. No, it's not
Well,
just
I have
video
my-
games, Alice.
Well, I have my own understanding, but if you would like to share, go on.
You're out of questions.
Oh, I
Fine
thought
by
there was a
me.
timer. Anyway, Zeta, that was my advice to you. You could also ask something,
How can Mandy's situation be improved that she can partake on the nightlife in the city again?
What?
Like, what needs to happen for her to not be excluded from things?
I don't know. Suck
Like
the
this
prince's dick or something?
Cass continues.
I
sipping.
whisper to he doesn't seem to be that wise type of guy.
but... I mean, I guess that is a way to answer the question, though.
Cass now sipping from an empty cup.
Well. What an interesting night.
Sure, I have one more question.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Why doesn't Alice's sire spend more time with her?
Alice, raises both of her eyebrows and looks at Has, from under her bucket hat rim.
Because
And
she's
then
in a
turns
blood
her-
bond to another kindred.
You mean to say that my sire is
Yes.
in a blood bond? Oh. Interesting. Is that classified information or no? Like who it is?
That would be another question.
Right, of course. Well, what an interesting night. Do you have any questions for us? Amuse us.
Oh, that's good.
I don't fucking care about any of you.
That's fair.
Ah, what a charmer.
So your sire's in a blood bond with another kindred.
And yours is whoever knows where.
L.A. Well, I know where, actually.
Well,
So
yeah, but
L.A. is where.
Well, I know the house that mine lives in. How about that?
With someone else, apparently.
You can see that he is now, like, shaking. He's, like, trying to stop his feet from, like, shaking, and his hands are also shaking. Like, he's having withdrawals. Subtle, but they're there.
What's going on with you?
Fuck off.
Okay.
And we help?
Ah, fuck, I have to answer your fucking question. Been in the bay too long. I'm a Ravnos. I can't stay here.
So why don't you just leave?
Because I'm answering your fucking questions.
Fair enough. Where are you gonna go after this?
Have to go talk to the new administration in Las Vegas.
Enjoy Vegas, then.
I have another question.
What do you want?
How old is Mandy? Never figured that out.
I don't have an exact date, but I believe it's around 150.
Damn.
Surprised she didn't tell you.
I never really asked.
Did you know that, our host originally was almost a gangrel?
Thing. Go on. A little bit of gossip. How so?
Mandy fed on our host for a while. He was in a blood bond to her. And she considered turning him, embracing him. But she felt that his life would be wasted as a gangrel. So, got hold of his sire, who was looking to embrace someone. She directed him toward, because, well, our host wanted to be a vampire. And she promised she would make it happen, but she couldn't bring herself to turn him into a gangrel.
That is interesting.
How about yourself? Did you want to turn or not?
As ironic as this sounds, with the previous question you asked, I was just a late night jogger.
Oh.
I never knew my sire. I woke up like this.
Would you like to?
No.
Do you think you'd recognize your sire if they just walked in the door?
I don't. I didn't see who attacked me that night.
No, but I mean, like, maybe you'd get a vibe or something, you know.
It's been too many years. That type of blood bond don't last that long. Actually got
Well.
picked up by a cammie. They found me. The prince was about to execute me. Not this prince, a different prince. There's a rule. The sire has to speak for a child, or there is no one to speak for me. And, my clan ain't exactly appreciated. Cammy spoke up for me. Said that they would watch me while I was a fledgling. And they taught me good. But they were not of my clan. And they got tired of moving across country every time my blood started boiling. So that was the closest thing I ever had to a sire, but they got tired of me. So I said, fuck the cam. I never knew the Anarchs, but they play a little bit too fast and loose for me anyways. So I said, fuck them too.
What about the others? How do you feel about them? Yes.
Fucking religious zealots. Fucking crazy people. I don't trust them at all. I talk to them. They don't like talking to me.
Yeah. I don't know, you're so charming. What could it be?
Fuck you. At this moment, Sebastian arrives back.
Ah, Sebastian, we missed you. Welcome
And
back.
I missed you, my dear. I missed you. And
Oh, sure you did.
to our good friend Armani. No doubt you want to be hitting the road. Yeah. You know, your friends didn't ask too big of questions. It's like, oh, that's a shame. Thought that there might be some good insight that they could pick up from you. Nothing? No big secrets? Know who the prince is fucking?
Oh, come on now. We have class.
Armani goes, no. Mostly just a couple lonely anarchs and a Toreador looking for his sire. That's all I saw. Anyways, I have to go. And he just leaves. And Sebastian just goes, farewell, Armani. We'll see you when next you come around the bay. Sebastian sits down. Says, so, Ravnos. What do you think about them?
Alice looks at Zita. Well, Zita, that was probably your first. Maybe yours too, Cass. And she looks over to Cass. What do you guys think?
Certainly was. Well, I guess we all get hit with a bit of wanderlust.
In the case of the Ravnos, they have to. Staying in one place too long is like taking a walk in the sun.
I don't know if that would make things harder or easier.
Well, back when there were Ravnos to talk to, we could have asked them. But that was a long time ago. Anyways, You are all my guests. Please, look out there. He stands up one more time and goes to the balcony of the VIP area and beckons you all to come with him.
Alice springs up and prances over.
Mortals. Mortals who do not know that tonight any one of them could be prey. Cass, I invite you to, of course, find anyone who suits your fancy. You can go whenever you would like. Anyone. Of course, you understand the Masquerade rules, and I don't have to explain them to you. But I want to ask my two guests. First, you, Zeta. Who do you see? Who catches your eye?
What crowd do I see?
A lot of goths, a lot dancing, a lot of people having a good time, some people drinking, some people being intimate with each other, little PDA. A good time like any club that you go to, Zeta. Except this one is much bigger.
Quite a lot here. Catch my eye.
This is your type of crowd,
It's
then.
Yeah, it looks like a buffet.
And you, Alice, trying to find the taste of a Malkavian is never easy. But I have a benefit. I've known you.
Yeah.
I want you to look where I point and tell me if I'm right. He points over to the corner of where everyone is dancing. And you can see one woman sitting by herself. She's looking at her phone. She looks tired. And then she puts the phone in her pocket and buries her head in her hands. Runs her fingers through her hair in frustration. And she looks like she's about to cry. But she doesn't. How about that one, Alice?
Aw. She looks mortified. She looks up at our host and says, "Alas, a lady never tells." And she gives a little wink.
A lady never tells. Of course.
She gives him a genuine smile.
Well, I already had my bite to eat. I invite all of you to have yours. I will be here if you need anything. Welcome to my club. Take as long as you need. This is neutral territory. Feel safe while you eat.
Sebastian, could I speak with you after this?
Certainly. And he goes and sits back down.
Well, I'm glad we got to meet again, Alice.
Oh yeah, Alice kind of looks around like, and just kind of like walks out, I guess.
Oh, well, well, okay.
Oh, or wait. Or she stops, she turns.
I was.
Wait,
I was saying,
should I leave or what's going on?
No, I mean,
Can I stay? Leave?
I was just saying it was good to see you again. That was all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
I was
all.
just gonna. Yeah.
conditions were
Anyway.
much more pleasant than last night.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the most wonderful host, as
Both of
always. And let's do this again sometime. Toodaloo.
Absolutely. And he waves with his fingers to you.
Mm-hmm. And then Alice turns to Cass. And you too, Baby Fang. See you later.
See you soon.
And she walks out. Beelines to the person in the corner.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yep.
What will you do, Zeta?
After seeing Alice leave, I will also go onto the dance floor, but walk towards the bar.
Sounds good.
Find someone who's drinking and smelling like weed.
Ah. Doesn't take you long to find one, that's for sure. And Cass.
Cass is going to go into the VIP section for a moment, just
Alright.
to sit down with Oscar.
So what do you have to tell me?
I'm not sure what I have to tell you, but I don't even know what I would ask. I've killed people before, but last night was the first time I've ever lost control.
You lasted longer than most. First time
Does
is
it-
not easy.
Doesn't give me much comfort.
Neither will this. It will happen again. Some people, as far as I know, the person who's made it with the least has had it happen 6 times. And they are very in control of themselves. Granted, they're also 150 years old. Here is the thing. The Gangrel, the Malkavians, they have a benefit that we don't. They are in touch with their beasts. You heard Alice having full conversations with no one but herself. It's a Malkavian talking with their beast, just having a conversation. Some Malkavians receive visions from them. Some get advice. Some get life lessons. Some get important details and really interesting tidbits. I don't know, I'm not a Malkavian, but sounds great. Gangrel, they negotiate with their beast. In combat, they allow the beast in to control them. They allow the beast reign of themselves. Once they get a reign on their own beast, they can be one and the same at the same time. I will tell this to you in our clan. We do not have such benefit. We are the prettiest monsters. We are the most beautiful of the transgressors. Our beast is not our friend. Our beast is not our, well, anything. They don't want to give us the benefit of being able to rely on our own bodily autonomy. If it was up to our beast, we would die and they would walk away with our body. And all we can do is give them some food every once in a while. If you're like me, though, a Toreador, still in touch with our humanity, we can see this curse may be miserable, but it is in our control of ourselves that we find true beauty.
You say that, but the most ironic part of all of this is that the time when I felt the most human, the time when the beast didn't speak to me, was the one time that I had given in and lost all control of everything. The time where I had become the most like a monster was the time that I then felt the most human. And I think that is ironic.
Think of it this way, Cass. The beast was done with you. You are the one left to live with the consequences of its actions. You feel human. Because once you no longer have a beast to pilot you, there's no beast left to order you. All that's left is you, until the beast gets hungry again. You were the most human after. It's true. But you were never human when you lost control.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
One more thing, Cass, before you go and do whatever you will in the night. Understand this. For what it's worth. When Jesus spoke to Lucifer, he told him, I loved you at your darkest. Something to think about.
Have a good night, Oscar.
Good night, Cass.
And then Cass is going to leave the bar and go home.
All right.
No food tonight.
No food tonight. All right.